When you start diving into the world of hypercars, you quickly realize you're not just looking at fast vehicles. You're looking at the absolute limits of what humans can engineer on four wheels. These machines are built with one purpose: to push speed, power, and technology to levels most people will never experience in real life. From 1,000-horsepower V8s and quad-turbo W16s to electric motors that deliver instant, neck-snapping torque, the fastest cars in the world aren't just impressive, they're almost unbelievable. So let's go through some of the wildest, most extreme cars ever built and break down what makes each one so special. When you start looking into the fastest production cars on the planet, the first name that comes up almost every time is the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. This thing isn't just fast. Koenigsegg literally designed it to be the fastest car ever built. It uses a 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 that makes about 1,600 horsepower on E85 fuel and around 1,280 horsepower on regular gas. Torque is equally insane at about 1,500 newton meters. They claim a theoretical top speed of 330 miles per hour, 531 kilometers per hour, which honestly sounds like a number you'd see in a video game. The transmission is called the light-speed transmission, and it shifts so fast you don't even feel the gear changes. The car also recently smashed the 0 to 250 to 0 miles per hour record, doing it in just under 28 seconds. It costs north of $3 million. But the engineering behind it is so next level that it feels like a cheat code compared to normal cars. Another monster is the Hennessy Venom F5, America's answer to the 300 miles per hour world. It's powered by a custom 6.6-liter twin-turbo V8 called Fury, which makes 1,817 horsepower and 1,617 newton-meters of torque, numbers that almost don't seem real. Hennessy claims it can go over 500 kilometers per hour, 300-plus miles per hour. And while it hasn't done a fully certified two-way run at that speed yet, the car is absolutely built for it. It's extremely light for how much power it has, weighing about 1,360 kilograms, which means the power-to-weight ratio is ridiculous. It costs around $2.1 million, which in the world of hypercars is almost a bargain for what it does. Then there's the SSC Tuatera, one of the most controversial hypercars because of disputed top speed runs, but still unquestionably one of the fastest machines ever made, with 1,750 horsepower. From a twin-turbo V8, it's built to slice through the air with fighter jet-style aerodynamics. People commonly list its top speed around 295 miles per hour, 475 kilometers per hour, and it accelerates from 0 to 60 in around 2.5 seconds. The car costs about $2 million and looks like something from a sci-fi movie. Even with the drama around its speed record, the engineering behind the Tuatera is legit, extremely lightweight, very slippery aerodynamically, and incredibly powerful. Speaking of icons, the Bugatti Chiron Supersport 300 Plus is historic because it officially broke the 300 miles per hour barrier before anyone else. Bugatti used their legendary 8.0-liter quad-turbo W16 engine, making around 1,577 horsepower. The car hit a verified 304 miles per hour, 490 kilometers per hour, which is insane when you remember it's also a luxury car weighing over 2 tons. Even with that weight, it still does 0 to 60 in about 2.3 seconds. These cars usually cost between $3.5 and $4 million, and they're built with an attention to detail that's more like a piece of jewelry than a vehicle. The Bugatti Mistral is basically the open-roof farewell to Bugatti's W16 engine. It mates around 1,578 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in about 2.4 seconds, and has a listed top speed of around 453 kilometers per hour. Because it's a roadster, driving it at those speeds would basically feel like sitting in a hurricane. It's insanely rare, insanely expensive, often above $5 million, and marks the end of an era. Bugatti won't make another W16 after this. Switching to the electric world, the Aspark Owl is Japan's attempt to show what an EV hypercar can really do. And wow, does it deliver! It makes almost 2,000 horsepower, 1,985 horsepower to be exact, and can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a shocking 1.69 seconds, which basically feels like getting launched off an aircraft carrier. Its top speed is around 438 kilometers per hour, and the whole car sits incredibly low to the ground. It's rare, expensive, and feels like an engineering experiment that somehow escaped the lab. Another electric beast is the Rimac Nevera, which might have the most brutal acceleration on the planet. With 1,914 horsepower from 4 electric motors, it launches from 0 to 60 in about 1.85 seconds and has a top speed of around 412 kilometers per hour. The Nevera has broken more acceleration records in a single day than most cars break in their entire existence. It costs around $2 to $2.5 million and showcases how far EV performance has come. Instant torque, insane precision, and unreal control thanks to advanced torque vectoring. If you want something that blends luxury with insane straight-line speed, the McLaren Speedtail is the one people always mention. It's not a wild track monster like a Koenigsegg. It's more of a futuristic grand touring hypercar. With just over 1,000 horsepower, it can reach 250 miles per hour, 403 kilometers per hour, and still give you a comfortable ride. It has that unique 3-seat layout where the driver sits in the center, like the old McLaren F1. It costs a couple $1 million and looks like a teardrop on wheels, extremely elegant and built for long-distance, high-speed cruising. The W Motors Fenrir Supersport is one of the more exotic hypercars made in the UAE. It produces around 800 horsepower and 980 newton-meters of torque, with a top speed of about 400 kilometers per hour. It's rarer than almost anything else on this list and has the same out-of-a-movie vibe as its sibling, the Lykan Hypersport. If you see one on the road, you're probably in Dubai or somewhere where billionaires treat hypercars like daily drivers. And finally, there's the Lamborghini Revuelto, Lamborghini's first V12 hybrid. It makes 1,001 horsepower combined between the V12 engine and electric motors, does 0 to 60 in about 2.5 seconds, and reaches around 350 plus kilometers per hour. It still sounds like a screaming Lambo V12, even with the hybrid system, and its design looks like something out of a futuristic action movie. Prices can hit close to $1 million depending on options. In the end, these hypercars represent far more than outrageous horsepower figures or record-breaking top speeds. They're snapshots of what's possible when engineers, designers, and entire companies dedicate themselves to pushing the boundaries of physics. Whether it's the raw, explosive power of combustion monsters like the Jesko Absolute and Venom F5, or the mind-bending acceleration of electric titans like the Rimac Nevera, each one shows a different vision of the future of speed. And while most of us will never drive, own, or even see one in person, that's part of what makes them so fascinating. They're the ultimate dream machines, created not just to go fast, but to prove how far human creativity can really go.